our cherished viewers, and of course to my colleagues on the show. I think that, Roland, what they have done wrong has been before us for quite some time now. And it started with the appointment of the Electoral Commission and her two deputies. When we raised the red flags as an opposition party then about the lack of consultation in terms of even deciding who occupies that office after the removal of Charlotte Osei. And I think that the NDC did so in the interest of protecting the sanctity of our democratic process. The then government failed to listen. They provided all the justification for the appointment of the said electoral commissioner. Then, as if that was not enough, they proceeded for the first time to appoint a man known within the circles of the New Patriotic Party as a patron of the party, and at one time, even one of their major spokespersons on radio. We raised those red flags because we knew that these were people with little experience when it comes to our election cycle and even how to manage electoral processes, quite apart from the partisan angle of it. But the government was adamant. So if you are talking about incompetence of the Electoral Commission, it is important for you to appreciate that it started from the word go, when they were appointed, the manner in which they were appointed. As if that was not enough, their first test had to do with the 2020 general elections. And for the first time in a long while, we all woke up to the unfortunate reality that certain members of our state or certain citizens of our republic were not going to be represented in parliament. You remember the Saul case?
Yeah.
And for 4 good years, the Electoral Commission of this country failed to act in that regard. They did nothing to alleviate the plight of these innocent Ghanaians. So clearly, there was nothing more injurious to our democracy than the reality that there were a section of our people who were not represented. And funny enough, the section of the country they were coming from was also quite important, because they were coming from the Volta region. That was said not to be the stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. So maybe in bed with the government, a decision was taken silently by the Electoral Commission not to act and to continue to deny these people their right to representation. So, Roland, these are the facts. And so for the NDC, we've always been consistent. And even in the manner in which the 2024 general elections were conducted, prior to the elections, you realize, even at a point we were calling for a special audit of the voters' register. There were so many inefficiencies that we discovered in that register. They failed to listen. It is quite interesting that in less than 6-7 months in opposition, leading members of the New Patriotic Party and those who championed the Baumia campaign are suddenly coming to appreciate the points NDC made in the last 8 years about the incompetence of this Electoral Commission. Because I was shocked to hear Mr. Kofi Bentel, who was one of the champions of the Dr. Mahmoud Baumia campaign, suddenly declaring on TV that these people needed to go. Remember, a week or 2 ago, when Asiedun Ketia, our national chairman, made a similar call, he was taken to the cleaners. But you see the beauty of principle. Because the party has stood firm to its principles, we are now having people associated with the New Patriotic Party coming to join the chorus of the need for us to reset the Electoral Commission. And that is not all. On another platform, the spokesperson of the Baumia campaign, Dennis Miracles Abuaji, was blatant in his declaration that, indeed, from where he sits, the Electoral Commission in this current decision was simply influenced by the utterances of our national chairman, because he had called for a wiping of the slate clean for their removal. So they were dancing to the tune of the national chairman because they wanted to protect their positions. Roland, if that is anything to go by, if it is true, then it also adds to the voices that are calling for the removal of the commissioners.
But is that fair?
Why is it not fair? Because if indeed, truly, the MPP now accepts...
the way they are appointed and the power that they hold and the way that they are backed by
those powers in the Constitution.
But again, that same power that is given to them by the Constitution again creates an opportunity for you to remove them from office if you are not happy with the way they are handling issues. So we must understand that, Roland, it is not a one-way right. The right comes with some responsibilities, and if you fail to fulfill those responsibilities, it is within the remit of the Constitution again that Ghanaians can take advantage of to call for your removal. And all what I'm saying is that today I'm excited because gradually the new patriotic party is beginning to appreciate and see the things we experienced since their appointment as electoral commissioners. And so maybe that consensus, we are moving towards that consensus where all of us would agree that in the interest of our democracy, there is the need for us to reset the Electoral Commission. Because as a political party, we are clear on our minds that one sure way of protecting this democracy is resetting the Electoral Commission and finding ways to get these guys out of office. We are not mincing words. And we appreciate that now that we are in government, there's the likelihood for many or some people to argue that we are doing that for partisan interests. But it is about consistency. These were concerns we raised in opposition. These are concerns that the MPP suddenly is coming to accept, that indeed these guys can be influenced. Because if we are saying that they are largely influenced in this current U-turn because of what our chairman said, then clearly we should not have people like that manning our Electoral Commission as a country. We all saw how Dr. Afarijan discharged himself in that position. So we need that semblance of Afarijan, at least that credibility, that integrity to man that office. These guys, since their appointment, have proven that they are either incompetent or willing to be corrupted by the political class when it comes to election management. And that is the more reason why, Roland, we should not have them there.